Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today it's going to be Rogue and Classic from an incredible match from the finals of GSL Season 2 for your day. It's going to be Magannatha, going to be a Patreon cast, going to be a 15 hatch here from a Rogue. Top left, it is Rogue. Bottom right, it is Classic. Two monsters in their own right, man. Rogue is back from military service, and holy smokes, he's in the finals of a GSL already, man. When he got back and was playing StarCraft 2, he looked super shaky and super rusty, and I was like, oh boy, maybe this is a player that gets back from military service and cannot get quite back to where they were before military service. It happens a lot, and it is sad, but Rogue is here in the finals of a GSL in 2025, and I could not be more proud of him. So he's going to have his hands full here with Classic. So again, this is going to be a Patreon cast. For those of you who are supporting me at, where do you support me? Right at patreon.com/FalconPaladin. For as little as $1 a month, you get to see this 1 month before anybody else on the YouTube channel. And if you're watching this the week of June, maybe July, we'll say, July 1st or so, 2025, hit that like button and subscribe. And thank you for being a supporter. So, Gate Expand here from Classic. Again, an extractor trick for 15 hatch to block the hatch block. Gas being saturated here by Rogue. Not fully saturated yet, just one drone, which means it's not going to be an early speed. Not going to be a Ling Flood here for Classic. So, good scouting here from our guy Classic, who is so good, man. So, second gas, second pylon, cybernetics core, everything is going very well indeed. Going well for sure. So, what's the play going to be here from Classic? We're going to go Mass Phoenix, we're going to go Void Raid to snipe off those pesky scouting overlords. Sure, it's going to be Adept for a second scout here. First scout is done by the probe. And, yep, pulling workers off of gas. Speed is on the way, but not as early as it could have been. So we're going to go for a third base. We're going to go for drone. And then maybe into roaches? Into roaches. So Adept comes in and says, how's it going? Look, that third hatch is coming down, like I said. Oracle on the way with the Stargate. Oh, yeah. Let's get that Oracle stuff going out here. Let's get a second Oracle as well. Maybe a third one, maybe even a fourth or a fifth one. And creep is spreading, folks. Creep is spreading. Still no gas here from Rogue. He is droning. He is getting spores. He's doing stuff like make queens that you don't need gas for. And everything is just fine. Just fine indeed. So just kind of waiting for something weird to happen, right? Third base, yes. Did they get? No way. Adept did not get. Okay, so I guess two Adepts wandered in and got a couple drone kills there. That's fine. And yeah, shades in, gets surrounded, kills 3 drones, and then they both die. Not a good trade, man. 2 Adepts for 3 drones is not what Classic is happy about. Not even a little bit. Oracle trying to get another kill here. Let's get 4. Let's keep this ball rolling. Let's keep this streak going, is what they say. Oh, Ling's running down. Here we go. Adept, Oracle on the defense on the third. We've seen this 100 times, if not more than that. And then we've blocked off the wall against Ling Harass. So Classic's doing fine. And we got ourselves a Twilight Council on the way and a Forge. Third base is done from Rogue. Is he back on gas yet? He is. He's back on gas. He's getting Dem Spores, more of Dem Spores. Still doesn't have a lair yet, man. Still no lair, which is getting a little bit dicey, all right? Rogue is known for big Ling Bane floods in this matchup. He's got little groups of Lings kind of hiding, right? Hiding their true numbers by just being in smaller groups in different spots across the map. Scouting, hiding. And the Baneling Nest could be interesting here. A +1 melee attack is on the way. And production tab says 12 Lings. So yeah, we are definitely going for some kind of a crazy 50 worker mass Ling Baneling attack here on Classic. Classic has seen this before. Rogue getting a 4th base as well. So it's not like a 2-base all-in or anything. He's doing it with a ton, an absolute metric ton of drones and bases. He's just going Ling Bane, which, I mean, man after my own heart. I love me a good Ling Bane attack on Terran and Protoss, and on Zerg can be really effective unless there's stuff like a lot of Immortals or a lot of Archons or a lot of Psystorm. That can cause you some issues when you're going this strategy. But right now, Classic, no, it's got a couple Stalkers, couple Adepts. It's not enough. Now, we could possibly get through there, but nice immediate warp in, good shove away. It's just a handful of Lings, right? Like, look, it's just a handful of Lings. We're going to make some Banelings over here. These are Baneling Lings if ever I have seen them in my entire life. Or maybe these ones are. Are those Baneling Lings? Revelation gets tossed down. Stasis catches a Queen and a drone and another drone. Not too bad. Psystorm is on the way. A lair is getting fired up. So what's he doing with all these Lings, man? He wants to. Like, maybe if you went for a quick 4th base, I could snipe that one down. This is pretty secure. Honestly, pretty darn secure. That's right. That's the sound of an inject popping. So, I don't know. Psystorm comes in and... yeah, here we go. So this is where we're going to try to get a 4th base, but also pulling some of the defense from the 3rd base at the same time. There is nothing here but a single cannon that's not done warping in yet. Man, an attack on that base would be good. But he doesn't have the vision on it. The army pulled over to the 4th to defend it instead. And he just never went for it. He had a bunch of Lings. He could have maybe tried for something there, but I think Classic was buttoned up pretty tight. Decided not to. Hydroden from Rogue is on the way. We got a +1 missile attack on the way there, too. We got a range. There you go. Range getting started for the Hydralisks. It's Charge. It's Psystorm. Yeah, Charge Lots and Psystorm. Oh my, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good against all of the Hydralisks that he's going to be dealing with here. Oracle, I mean, has 2 total kills. And it's all Lings, too. No drones have died in the first 7.5 minutes here. I mean, we're talking about a really strongly clean opening here from Rogue to start the game. Economy, 82 workers. Boosh. Rogue looking good that way. Oh, quick TV recommendation before this thing gets too started, but Department Q on Netflix. It's great. It is a detective story that takes place in Edinburgh, Scotland, which I know I haven't watched a lot of TV shows set in Scotland before, so it's nice. It's nice to be there. It's like how Derry Girls is set in Ireland, and it's kind of a nice little change of pace with the accents and everything. The Scottish accent is really awesome, too. The main character is actually an English guy who is a detective that works for the Edinburgh Police Department. And I was like, man, don't the English and the Scottish hate each other? Maybe not as much as the English and the Irish do, but still. Anyway, it's really good TV. I cannot recommend it enough. Check out Department Q on Netflix. They're not paying me for this. Unload! Baneling drop! Got him! Got him! 5 probes down for some Banelings. 4 Banelings, I mean, yeah, not incredible stuff, but hey, keep that worker count down as much as you can. Another Revelation gets tossed out, so that's more probes killed than drones killed today. That's a nice win for Rogue. Yeah, we're just casually Ling Bane Hydra-ing it like crazy here. So the Banelings need to be hitting the High Templar and the Zealots. Maybe the Stalkers too. The Hydras can handle everything else. And if the Lings get us around on something like an Immortal or an Archon, that's going to be just fine. I don't see any Immortals because Immortals are not very good against the Ling Bane Hydra. Centrifugal Hooks is finishing up in 5 seconds. Here comes Ground Weapons level 2 finishing up for the Protoss 2. And here comes an attack. Well, first we have to get through all of this debris, which again, everything's called debris in StarCraft, even if it's obviously like a train wreck or some kind of leftover overmined cocoon that went rotten. That's called debris as well. Let's do it. We got it. There's the storm coming in from all angles. Lings, Banes hitting everything the Archons want to. No, the Banelings are exploding on Archons. No! What was that? That was terrible Baneling control from Rogue. Kill the shield batteries or the cannons. I think he was trying to go for the High Templar, but dude, so many Banelings exploded on these Archons. And none of them died because it takes 18 Banelings to kill an Archon. Oh, Rogue, I didn't like that engagement at all, sir. That was really sloppy. Either pull back, don't engage at all, or go for the buildings. Even exploding on the Nexus would have been a better idea, I think, than exploding on those Archons. Dude. Okay, we're going to go for again here. 120 to 89 supply. Obviously, Storm is a big friggin' deal. Fleet Beacon on the way. Charging in again. Lings, Banes. Side Storm doing what they can. Finally taking down the shield batteries and the cannons with the Banelings. But stop chasing into those Archons. Alright, well, all the buildings at the base are dead. I think the Nexus is going to die as well. Can't save that. Classic can't. Bam. Exploding. Big time. Done. Holy crap. Yeah, Archons against this many Hydras are so bad. Chargelet. Charge a lot, run by into the 4th base of the 5th base. I like that. Doesn't get a lot done. But Rogue is looking good. Rogue is looking beefy here. It's a 3-basing Classic versus a 5-basing Rogue. Income tab continues to favor Rogue over the last 5 minutes. Adding some Vipers in to maybe abduct the Archons into the middle of your Hydralisks so they can be killed would be nice. Or abducting an Immortal into the Hydras. Same story. Abducting High Templar can be good too. Stasis. Bam. Got the stasis off, denying a lot of mining in this main base for a minute. Poop and creep up there, so an expansion is not as easy for Classic, and also this base here rebuilding. Yeah, I don't know what's with all the Immortal production. I guess it's good against the Banelings, but the Lings and the Hydras eat Immortals so well. I don't know. Maybe he's expecting a Roach or a Lurker transition here from Rogue, but I don't see that so much. Not really. And again, this is GSL Finals, man. These guys are playing. So we're going to do the exact same thing again. Banelings crashing in, eating Psy Storms. Archons getting smashed as well. I mean, we popped the shields on the Immortals, but no. Absolutely not. These Archons... Like, they're not getting official kills. That one has 15 kills, so that's all right. 25 kills on that Archon. Yeah, you don't necessarily get a kill when a Baneling explodes on you and dies, but you really should. Because you're killing the Baneling by letting it explode on you and doing almost no damage to your giant shields. Dude. Rogue's just continuing to do this, man. Mothership's on the way. It is 17 Banelings at a time. Upgrades are +3 for Classic, +1 shields, and a +2 melee and a +1 missile attack for Rogue. I don't know. Kind of feel like let the Protoss move out, get a surround on it. Stop trying to attack into this little choky area. Once again, though. Stasis. Ooh, one Baneling triggers the stasis. That was either lucky or really well executed. I guess he knows the stasises are a big part of a balanced breakfast for Classic today. Once again, if you're not doing this as Protoss, you're not playing it right. Now, once again, a giant attack. The Banelings kill a High Templar. I think they killed a High Templar. Hooray, they killed a High Templar. The Zealots get cleaned up. Some drones die. It's not a big deal. Rogue's expanding here. He's fine. He's fine economically. It's carrier transition on the way from Classic. Sure, here at 13 minutes. Why not? We've got a mothership on the way. Might as well get into some of those carriers. Fleet Beacon for both is pretty nice. Psy Storm, it is the Psy Storm. It's just really good storms, man. I don't know what to tell ya. It's just classic high-level, peak-level Protoss storms here on a composition that's really vulnerable to storms. Everything here is vulnerable to storms. It's all light. Although, wait, did they take away the light designation for banelings a while ago? I'm trying to keep up. Either way, charging in again. Mothership is present. Time warp goes down. Mothership's getting kills. On the other side of it, Zealots are killing more drones. Quelle surprise. Are we surprised by any of that? No. Mothership has 6 kills. Good on you, Mothership. These lings have the crackling upgrade yet. Wait, does this man not have a hive? What is happening? How does he not have a hive? Rogue, we're at 15 minutes. He's now starting hive. I was like, are these cracklings? And then we didn't even have hive tech. You can't go 15 minutes without a hive. Especially not if your banelings are crashing into Archons for the first 15 minutes of the game. Give these lings adrenal for the love of all that is holy in the world today. I think if Rogue had bothered to get up to a hive earlier and got cracklings and got a couple of Vipers out and were like abducting some of this stuff, it'd be going so much better for him. Remember I talked about how awesome Rogue is doing and he's in the finals of a GSL, and then I just spend the whole time complaining about his baneling control and not going to hive? Yeah, that sounds like a Falcon cast to me. Another base coming up here from Classic, trying to get a 5th rock in here at 15 minutes. It's later than he wants it to be, but Rogue's been throwing stuff at him so much. Resources lost are 29,000 to 16,000. That's all you have to know. That is how many banelings have died without accomplishing anything at all. I mean, these Archons, the shields come back, man. They really, really love that. 9 kills on that Archon. I don't know where the like 30 kill Archon went. He probably died to the Hydras, but lings poke in. See, there is a Nexus coming in. Army defending it. This. Now, Ling Bane coming in here would be pretty good. You got to worry about the stasis. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 stasis wards. Changeling's getting sniped out, so he knows this is pretty darn vulnerable. So look, Vipers are on the way, and we need some Corruptors here, folks. If we're going to deal with the Carriers and the Tempests and the Mothership, Corruptors are going to be the answer. Also, Adrenal for these Lings would be crazy nice, Rogue. You know how Falcon feels about Adrenal. He cares more about Adrenal than his own children. He never forgets about Adrenal. He did one time forget his middle child at home when he was an infant. True story. So that tells you the truth. The solid truth about Falcon and his priorities. Boy, these Lings sure wish they had a great upgrade. You know, if only Zerglings had an upgrade that made their attack speed increase by like 40%. Man, think how good that would be. Whew, Zerglings would be so hard to deal with. Well, too bad that doesn't exist in this world for Rogue. Are we serious right now? Like, is this going to happen? Is Rogue going to knock an Adrenal for his Lings and then he's going to die? And I'm going to blame it 100% on the Adrenal. Good stasis. Yo. Lings roll down. Find a little attempt here. Okay, once again, Falcon needs to make sure he's not crazy. Lurkers, fine. I mean, Immortal, Archon, Tempest, Carrier. Lurkers are not the answer to any of this. Well, it's kind of working. If you have enough of them in one place. And it's kind of a choke. All right, great. Storm, soften him up before you get on in here. Yeah, hatch down, Carriers, getting some hits off on those Lurkers. Once again, you don't have to worry about that. Lurkers trying to get close enough to take down the Nexus here because he's got Seismic Spines. He is firing up 13 Corruptors, though. Nidus coming up inside the main base, right in range of a cannon. That's not coming up. Recalling home to deal with the Lurkers. They recognize that and skedaddle on out. So base down. Still 60 workers from Rogue. He's trying to Nidus again. I mean, Nidus inside the main base is great. Maybe just not in range of a literal cannon. Mothership has got 12 kills and has not been killed yet. Getting chased. Time Warp says, you're not going to chase me much further, Hydralisks, are you? Another Nidus coming on the left side of the map. So Rogue's going to try to hit two sides of the map with Nidus's left side, right side. Tectonic Destabilizers is on the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bases for Rogue. 5 total bases from Classic. Rogue needs another expansion here. Boy, these Lings. With the Hydra support, they're going to do fine. But without Hydra support, they need Adrenal to fight these Zealots, man. Feedback, feedback. Great feedbacks. Wonderful feedbacks. Lurkers once again trying to kill this Nexus. Another Nidus coming up. That's a good place for it. I like that very much. Tempests sniping down Lurkers from distance. Corruptors abducting and sniping. Nidus comes up. Probes evacuate. What's inside the Nidus? Nothing! Just gonna let it die. Alright, this Nexus is gonna go down. Okay, so that's a win for these Lurkers. Revelation on the Lurkers. Tectonic Destabilizers against these sports would be really nice. It's not quite there yet, though. And charging in. Archon sniped. Okay, so at least he's abducting stuff now. Still doesn't have Adrenal. Man, this guy has lost 400 Lings today. None of them have known the blessing that is Adrenal. I'm just going to let the Protoss wander up and kill this space. Yes. Yes, we are. We're going to fall back to what we've got. We're going to maybe try to expand down the left side instead. This seems pretty cursed. From Rogue's perspective, Classic already has a new base on the right side, man. He's at 5 bases. You're at 5 bases. That's not how this is supposed to work. You know this. Yeah, Rogue just kind of letting this base die, and then Classic letting this base die is a little perplexing. I mean, from Classic's perspective, I think he could afford to lose it. Another Nidus. No. Rogue definitely came out on the worse end there. Bottom left base trying to come in. Zealots are going to force a cancel on that without a doubt. There is no saving it, sir. Also, no saving this either. Both players trying to do really, really risky, unescorted, unsupported expands to the corners on this map. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. So, Rogue's at 160 supply, Classic's at 192. The Psy Storm is great. Again, I just am not sure the Lurker play is what I want to be seeing here. Good abduct on a carrier, sniping it out. Another Time Warp goes down. This mothership has had the longest life of any mothership I have seen on this channel in months. Usually, they die real fast. Oh! What? That's your GG timing? How is that your GG timing? I guess it's a supply deficit here. I guess... What killed all of those drones? Let's take a look. I guess it's just these drones dying. There were like 25 drones at that base, so a lot of them died, but it still looks fully saturated because, well, it was oversaturated there. Yeah, man. I mean, this is the comp, right? It's Carrier, Tempest, Archon, Immortal, High Templar, Mothership. It's hard to deal with. Ah, but what you need... Alright, you need the Parasitic Bomb. You need Adrenal on your Lings. You need... Plagues. You need all this other stuff, and just the composition of Lurkers is just not as good against it. The Immortals and the Archons do really well. Storming them is really good. Tempests and Carriers don't even get hit by Lurkers. I'm just not a big fan of Lurker in late game PvZ, man. But GG Classic getting this win into the finals of GSL Season 2. Incredible stuff, man. What a great win by Classic. He was in trouble, but I just want to keep pointing out all of those Banelings crashing over and over into that third base of Classic and just not getting anything done at all. It hurt. It hurt my soul is what it did. Resources lost, 46,000 to 27,000. 2 hatcheries killed, 2 Nexuses killed. Like, you look at these numbers and you're like, this is pretty good for Rogue, but just didn't have the Corruptors necessary to deal with it. I think Infestors would be a really nice choice here too. Obviously, but end of the day, Classic got to his ultimate composition. Rogue couldn't handle it. Too much invested into Lurkers. I mean, they did kill a single base, which I am a big fan of. But at the end of the day, just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. So good job, Classic, for a Patreon game of the week. Thanks again for hanging out. Thanks for watching. that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.